Welcome to the Laughing River Yoga virtual studio. The following practice was recorded at our Chase Mill space, located at 1 Mill Street, Burlington, Vermont. Your instructor today is Christina Fornaciari. Enjoy.
Okay, so I have 2 yoga blocks. You might want to grab some yoga blocks as well, and we'll begin in child's pose, balasana. So taking your time to make your way into child's pose, touching your big toes together, widening your knees, and beginning to soften the hips back towards the heels, crawling the fingertips forward, and just taking a few moments to let the heart and the head soften towards the floor, towards the earth. And before your practice begins to pick up the pace and the intensity, enjoy these sweet, slower moments, dropping into the breath. Letting the thinking mind begin to soften into this cycle of the breath, this coming and going. Begin to walk your fingertips a little further forward, getting longer through the sides of the body and the armpits, and then crawl your fingertips over to the left. So walking hands over to the left, keeping hips heavy, and just beginning to lengthen and open up through the right side of the body, the right rib cage, the right armpit, the right lung. Just creating space for the breath to expand into the side body. Letting the neck relax. And walk your fingertips back through to center. Pause. Notice the difference between the two sides. And then crawl your fingertips over to the right. Lengthening the left side of the body, dropping the head, softening the belly. Just breathing conscious space into the left seam of the body. We're going to be working with twisting in our practice today, so it's nice to preserve a sense of length in our twist. Okay, so walk your hands back through to center, and then same thing, walk your hands over to the left, lengthening the right side of the body once again. Try to keep that length as you bend into your right elbow and bring your right elbow to the floor, somewhere in front of your left knee. Good, and then make a fist with your right hand and bring the left hand on top of the right. So you're kind of covering your fist with your left hand, and then push the left hand down, push the right elbow into the floor, and begin to spin your chest to the left, maybe looking up towards the ceiling. Yeah, feeling the right lung hook underneath the body, this width across the collarbones. Deep breath. And then slowly release. Walk your hands out in front of you. Pause. And then walk hands over to the right. So the left side of the body lengthens here. Keep that length. Bend into your left elbow. Bring it in front of your right knee. Make a fist with your left hand. Cover your fist. Good. And then push the left elbow down. Push the right hand down into the fist and spinning the chest to the right. So it's a sense of our pelvis staying steady, our lower spine staying steady, and we're twisting from the navel up the spine all the way up, maybe even through the cervical spine, the neck. This is our first twist, so no need to overdo it here. Good, and then slowly release, journey your hands out in front of you, come forward as you breathe in, finding a tabletop, and then lay down onto your belly. So come all the way down, extend your legs back behind you, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, and set your legs so they're hips width distance, pointing through your toes. Good, now widen your hands off of your yoga mat in line with your shoulders, tent your fingertips, rest your forehead, and point your elbows to the sky. As you inhale, press pubic bone down, press fingertips down, reach your chest forward, coming into a cobra shape here. Exhale, lower your heart and then lower your forehead down. So just like that with your breath, inhale, lifting your heart, active through the legs, pressing the feet down. Exhale, lower your heart and then lower your head. We're going to add on. So inhale, lifting through the chest, legs stay active. This time, dip your right shoulder forward and down as you look over to the left. Inhale, lift the chest through center. So you draw the right shoulder back. Dip your left shoulder as you exhale forward and down, look over to the right. So just beginning to open up the shoulders, rotating through the upper spine. Inhale, begin to lift up, reach your chest forward. Let's do it again. Dip your right shoulder as you exhale, look over to the left. Inhale, lift up, come through center. Last time, look over to the right, dropping the left shoulder. Inhale, lift up, slide the shoulder blades down the back, keep your quadriceps firm. And exhale, come all the way down, heart, forehead. Hands under shoulders, inhale through a tabletop, tuck your toes, downward facing dog, reach your pelvis all the way up and back, extending your arms and your legs. Coming into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, reaching the pelvis high, spinning the inner armpits forward, rolling the inner thighs back. Let the head release, softening the back of the neck, behind the ears, the interior of the throat. Go ahead, take another breath here. Very, very good. Now lift your right leg up and back, coming into a three-legged dog, reaching the right heel high, pushing equally into both of your hands. Take a breath in, and exhale, step your right foot between your hands and lower your back knee down, point your back toes. Right hand comes to your right thigh bone, and inhale, lift up through your spine, lift your left fingertips all the way up to the sky, and stay here for a couple of moments. Okay, so push into the top of your back foot, push into all four corners of your front foot, lift your left fingertips higher, and feel the outer hips hugging into the midline. Take a deep breath in, lean over to your right just a little bit. So now the whole left side of the body lengthens. Come back up through to center. As you inhale, now bend your left elbow, hook it outside of your right knee or thigh. Press your palms together like a prayer and spin around yourself. So pushing the top palm down, spinning the chest to the right. Shoulder blades gently drawing towards one another, crown of the head lengthening away from the tail. So you're getting long here. Good. And feel that you're stabilizing the pelvis, so hugging the pelvis into the midline. Beginning to spin around yourself. Maybe you gaze up and beyond that right shoulder, keeping the neck long. Take another breath here, please. Good. Now inhale, unwind. Lift both of your arms face forward. Find the midline. Exhale, release your hands down to the ground. Tuck your back toe, pick up your back knee, and then shorten your stance from behind, grounding the back heel bone to the floor, pushing your legs towards straight. This would be a great place to grab your yoga blocks. Preparing for pyramid pose. Inhale, push into your feet, lengthen your spine, look forward. And then exhale, fold. So letting the head drop. And even in pyramid pose, there's a quality of a twist. You're trying to kind of work the heart towards the right big toe. And so there's a little bit of a rotation to get the spine lining up with that right leg, the right leg bones. Good. Pelvis is level. Both feet pressing down equally. Take another sweet breath here, feeling into stability. Good. And then begin to soften your front knee, set your blocks off to the side, step back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale your left leg up and back. And then just take a breath or two here. Feeling your triangular base, two hands, one foot, press into the earth, lift the left leg higher, and as you exhale, take a big, courageous step. Lower your back knee down, point your back toes. Left hand, left thigh bone, right arm up. Breathe in. So enjoy and drink in the inhale. And then stay here as you exhale. Just a couple of moments here. Right, so even as we twist, we want to feel that we have a lot of breath available to us. So we're beginning to cultivate that commitment to breath here. Take an inhale, get long. Lean to your left as you exhale. So feel the right side body opening up. Now inhale, come back up through the center. Keep that length through the right side. Exhale, twist. So bend the right elbow. Bring it across your body. Touch your hands together in a prayer. Good. Now lift your belly and your chest away from your front thigh. Whether or not your belly and chest are still touching the thigh, no problem. It's energetically, we're lifting the heart. Right? So there's a sense of buoyancy in the heart, brightness in the twist, and lengthen the spine. So grow the crown of the head forward, lengthen the roof of the mouth towards the crown of the head. And then keep breathing. Let the breath expand and even persevere in the compression, in the rotation. Take another breath here. Right, inhale to unwind. So fill the belly with breath. Feel the freedom of the breath as you inhale, lifting through your arms. Exhale, release your hands down. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Shorten the stance from behind. Push your legs towards straight-ish. Okay, grab your yoga blocks, frame your front foot. Inhale, push into your feet, lengthen through your spine, square off the hips. Exhale, fold, line up the heart with the left big toe, drop your head. Yeah, take a few deep breaths here. So your inner right thigh is widening and really pressing down through all four corners of both of your feet. Notice if you're kind of sinking into the heels of either foot. Press all four corners down, relax the head. One more breath here. And then soften your front knee, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Okay, from downward facing dog, widen your feet to the edges of the mat, point your toes slightly out, your heels slightly in, and then walk your hands in maybe 6 to 10 inches. So you're in this short, wide dog pose. Press your feet into the ground. Bring your right hand to the center of the yoga mat. Left hand grabs your outer right ankle or shin, maybe the heel. Keep pushing into that right hand and spin your eyes underneath your right armpit. Okay, so spinning around yourself here. Now don't let your pelvis sway over to the right. In fact, widen your pelvis slightly to the left. Keep pushing, spinning around yourself. Let your head be heavy. Saturating the spine with your breath. And then slowly release. Left hand replaces right hand. Right hand comes to your outer left ankle, calf. Good. Now don't let your pelvis sway to the left. Move it over to the right. Stomp into your feet and spin around yourself. So spin your eyes under your left armpit. Feel the strength and determination of your legs, the freedom in the spine, and your commitment to your breath. Okay, release. Walk your hands towards your feet. Your heels are slightly in, your toes are slightly out. Your version of malasana, or a squatting like shape. So begin to bend your knees, sit your hips back. You could grab your blocks and sit on your blocks. Just a couple of moments here for the groin. So work to widen the knees, widen the chest. Unhunch the shoulders. So draw the shoulders down the back, pick up the belly. Press down through all four corners of your feet. Take a sweet, rich breath here in Malasana. Very good. Then plant your hands, walk them forward, downward facing dog. So repositioning yourself here, setting up for downward facing dog. Okay, float your right leg up, breathe in. Step your right foot forward between your hands. As you exhale, take a block, place it to the inside of your right foot, and then plug your back heel bone down. Okay, so you've got a block inside of your right foot. Good, and squeeze your right knee into your right tricep and get a sense of the tail lengthening towards your left heel. Begin to spin your pelvis to the left. Your belly button to the left, your chest to the left, your left arm to the sky. Side angle, Barsva Konasana variation here. Okay, so press that back leg towards straight, draw the belly in and spin the chest up towards the sky. Option to reach the left arm alongside the left ear, carving the outer armpit in towards the heart. And maybe you look up towards your left pinky. Keep breathing here, getting longer through the back leg, lengthening the right groin, spinning around yourself. One more breath here. And then slowly release. Both hands down inside of the front foot. Set the block off to the side. Walk your hands down the long edge of your mat so your feet are parallel for a moment. And then take your left toes and spin them a little bit wider. Begin to bend into your left knee. Sit your butt back and move your heart forward. Keep the right pinky toe plugging into the floor. Right hand under your face. Spin your chest to the left. Reach your left fingertips to the sky. So you're in this kind of high skandasana with a twist. Roll the groins back, spin the chest to the sky, push down with the bottom hand, reach up. Maybe drape the left arm around your low back, try to find your right pocket. Lean the left side chest back. Breathing. Left fingertips up to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, release your hands down. Enjoy a wide-legged fold here. Parallel feet, symmetry through the lower body. Let the spine just hang, let the spine enjoy. You might even reach your hands back behind you, interlace fingers, and just rinse out the shoulders. Knuckles to the sky, head drops. And your feet have a purpose, they're rooting down. One more breath here. And then release your fingertips down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward. Walk your hands to the front, framing your front foot, spinning on your feet. Pick up through your back heel. Okay, so you're in a lunge here. Great. Take a deep breath in. Let's take a twist, right? We're twisting. This is our practice. So bring your left hand down. Scissor your outer hips towards the midline. Spin your chest to the right. Reach your right fingertips up towards the sky. You want to secure the left shoulder blade onto the upper back, lengthening the neck as you slide the shoulder blades away from earlobes. You can stay right here or spin all 10 toes to the right, coming to the knife edges or the pinky edges of your feet. So there's this scooping of the left hip under the body. You're going to walk your right foot down your yoga mat, maybe halfway or a third of the way. Good. And then lift the bottom hip higher. Good. Gaze up towards that top hand. Maybe reach your right arm alongside the right ear. Take a deep breath in and a sweet breath out. One more inhale. And then downward facing dog, wherever you are, however you'd like to get there, step yourself back. Downward facing dog. Float your left leg up, breathing in. Step it forward, left foot comes between the hands. Ground your back heel bone, take a block, place it to the inside of the left foot, yeah. And then squeeze your left knee into your outer left arm. Okay, so there's contact and containment there. Press your back leg towards straight, deep bend in the front knee, spin your pelvis, your belly, your chest to the right. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Okay, so the left sitting bone is hooking underneath the body. The belly draws slightly back. Press into that back leg. Gaze towards the sky. Option to extend the right arm alongside the right ear, wrapping the outer armpit in towards the face. And if that's the case, you'll look up towards your right pinky. And then see if with your mind, your awareness, you can feel this long diagonal central axis that you are spinning around yourself. Take a deep breath in. Then exhale, release your hands down, spin your feet to parallel, and then widen your right toes slightly. Bend into your right knee. Now feel your pelvis moving back, but your heart lengthening forward. Left hand under your face, turn your chest to the right, reach your right fingertips to the sky. So there's a heck of a lot of length in that left groin and inner seam of the leg. Turning the chest, maybe draping the right arm around your low back. Using that reminder to lean the chest back. Next inhale, right arm up. Next exhale, both hands down. Push your legs towards straight. Taking a fold here, any sort of forward fold here to just let any excess tension go. You could blubber the lips. Oh yeah, that felt good. I'm going to do that again. Okay, hands underneath your shoulders, halfway lift, and then we journey to the front of the yoga mat. So hands frame your left foot, back heel lifts. You're in a lunge. Good. Right, and when in doubt, we twist. So bring your right hand down, narrow your pelvis, so outer hips hug in, spin your chest to the left. So spinning around yourself here. Good. And you can use your abdominals to support this action of twisting, especially on the exhale. There's this squeezing inward to empty the breath and maybe twist a little deeper. You can stay here or come to the pinky sides of your feet, spinning all 10 toes to the left, and then lift that bottom hip, that right hip higher. So you're scissoring the inner thighs together. Maybe the left arm extends alongside the left ear. And take a deep breath in. And then your way to downward facing dog as you exhale. Stepping back, finding 2 hands, 2 feet. We're going to look forward and take a walk or a hop of your feet up towards your hands, taking a moment in Uttanasana, your forward fold. You can stay here with soft knees dangling the spine, or you could take Padangusthasana, interlacing or binding your first 3 fingers around your big toes. Feet or hips width distance, please. Inhale, lengthen your spine, extend your arms, look forward. Exhale, elbows wide, folding over the legs, pointing the crown of the head down. It's okay for the knees to be soft, no problem. But you want to sense that you're stomping your feet down with purpose. You're pulling up on the big toes with the hands, and the big toes are resisting. And find a whole lot of space for the breath to move behind the heart and to the sides of the body, sides of the waist. Good. And if you've got your big toes, slowly release. All together, we'll soften our knees, dangle the arms, chin to chest, scoop your tailbone under, slowly begin to roll up to stand. 1 vertebra at a time. And then standing upright in Tadasana, your mountain pose. Okay, take your blocks, have one on either side of your yoga mat so they're there when you need them. Let's step the right foot back, please. A shorter step so that both heels are on the ground. All 10 toes point forward and your feet are on bicycle pedals, so there's a little bit of width. Pelvis is pointed forward and it's upright. Bring your left thumb to your left hip hinge, right arm reaches up. We're preparing for rotated triangle pose, right, or Parivrita Trikonasana. Take a deep breath in, push that back leg a little stronger. Exhale from your pelvis hinge and reach forward, but don't lose the rooting down through both of your feet. Pause when your spine is about parallel to the floor. Take a deep breath in, get a little bit longer. And then exhale, bring your right hand inside or outside of your front foot. A block is your friend. Good. Firming up through the legs, wrap that left outer hip back. Widen your inner right groin to the back of the room. Begin to spin the chest open to the left. You can keep your left hand in your hip hinge if that is helpful. You can bring your left hand to your low back. It should be flat like a table. Or reach your left fingertips up to the sky, spinning around, maybe gazing up. Now make this shape about your breath. There's so much going on physically, but feeling the inner spiral of breath, the inner spiral of your energy body. And take another breath here. Okay, now look down, soften into both of your knees, windmill your arms, rise up to stand, right fingertips up, left fingertips down. Step forward, right foot next to left foot. Okay, now you know where we're going. Step your left foot back, point all 10 toes forward, Firm up through the feet, through the legs, so you're stable in your base. Right thumb to right hip hinge, left arm up. And feel as you push your feet down, your left fingertips get brighter. Breathe in. Hinge forward halfway, okay? So hinging from the pelvis, little micro bend through the knees, reach the left fingertips forward, getting as long as you possibly can. And then bring your left hand inside or outside of your front foot, depending on your balance. Okay, now keep the right hip wrapping back. Push into that bottom hand, lengthen through your spine, spin your chest to the right. Stay here with the right hand, move it to your sacrum or reach the right arm up. Feel your feet pushing down, your inner left thigh spinning back in space, and then the chest is spinning in the opposite direction, spinning around, looking up, breathing. Very big shape here. Okay, look down, windmill your arms up, so the left fingertips go up, the right fingertips go down, and then step forward. Whew. How do we do? Okay, inhale, lift your arms overhead. Exhale, enjoy a fold, fold, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, step back to a plank pose and pause. Take a breath in. Lower halfway or all the way, you can choose. Back bend, baby cobra, or maybe it's upward facing dog, lengthening and bursting the chest through. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Press your hips back. Okay, we're going to come into one back bend on our belly, so come forward. Lower yourself all the way down. Okay. Twists are really good to kind of wake up the spine and prepare the spine for back bends. Okay. So we'll come into Shalabhasana together, and then if you'd like, you could take it into Dhanurasana or bow pose, okay? So grow the toenails back, the crown of the head forward. Reach the arms alongside the body, palms facing down. And use an inhale to get long through the body from the toes to the crown of the head. And use your exhale to firm the legs and firm the belly. Your next inhale will lift you up, so everything lifts up, chest, legs, hands. Exhale, spin the palms to face one another. Now stay here, back body strengthening, or begin to bend into your knees, reach back, collect your heels. Don't let the knees splay too much, and then press the shins up and back, reach the chest forward, Dhanurasana. Opening through the shoulders, strong through the back of the body. Breathing in. And then exhale, release. Bring one cheek to the ground. Let everything get soft. Let your breath be a sweet, sweet refuge. Bring your opposite cheek. This time you could bend your knees, windshield wipe your legs. Okay, and then from here we're going to roll over onto our back. So it's hard to be elegant here. However you want to flip over, flip on over, hug your knees into your chest. Oh yeah. Just self-soothing with any little wiggles or shifts or just some sweet time with your breath. And come into happy baby, widen your knees, soles of the feet towards the sky, collecting the ankles or the outer edges of the feet. Hands could also come behind your thighs, no problem. Draw the knees wide and down. Press the low back into the floor. Okay, and then release the feet. Cross your right knee over your left knee, like you're sitting in a chair. Drop your left toes down to the ground, and then move your pelvis over to the right. Let the knees fall over to the left, taking a twist with your legs all wrapped up here. I like to keep my left hand on the bundle of my legs. Maybe you reach the right arm out wide, face the palm up. Begin to slow the breath down. Maybe even close your eyes. We've done a lot of active twisting today. Let this be very passive. So really it's just your breath and gravity facilitating the twist, bones getting heavy, muscles getting heavy and soft. And take another breath. And then slowly begin to unwind, come back to center, recross your legs, left knee over right knee. Use your right foot to help move the pelvis over to the left. Drop your knees over to the right. Right hand can support the legs. Left arm unfurling, palm faced up so the armpit is open. The shoulder has space. Drop into the breath, the earth. Twists are very balancing and they help us to integrate. And we also might find that they have the capacity to draw us deeply inward into the very center of our body, the very center of ourselves. It's almost like we're spinning around the deepest, most interior aspect of ourselves. Slowly unwind, hug your knees into your chest. Hopefully you have a block nearby. Place the block underneath your sacrum. Your feet can stay on the floor for a nice and friendly supported bridge shape, or you can extend your legs up to the sky, just letting this sweet opportunity for an inversion to get the stagnation of the lower body moving. Trying to find that place where the legs feel weightless, full of ease. And feeling this almost draining quality, or this drip from the tips of the toes all the way down into the pelvis, into the organs, into the heart. You could stay here longer, of course. When you're ready, you'll bend your knees, step your feet to the floor. Press into your feet, remove that block out of the way. Let your knees fall wide, the soles of your feet come together. Maybe you reach your arms overhead and just grab opposite elbow or forearm. And then let the arms totally rest into the floor. Let gravity meet you here. Let yourself really be heavy. Feel all the space that's available around the belly, the low back, the side ribs, the chest, the upper back. Enjoying sweet, open space. And then as you're ready, bring your fingers underneath your outer thighs, close your knees together like a book. Take any final wiggle or shift you need in order to settle into Shavasana. So take your time extending your legs and your arms and propping yourself up. I'm going to leave you here in Shavasana, so please take at least 5 minutes or longer if time allows. Prioritize your comfort so that you really can enjoy the letting go. And as I leave you here, I just want to thank you so much for your practice, your good heart, and I'll see you sometime soon.